I'm a private chef, basically a glorified babysitter with a knife set. I specialize in in-home dining experiences for people with more money than brains. The client, a fat tub of lard named Tommy, hired me to cook a whole beef feast, or so he said. But standing in his $1,000,000 kitchen, staring at the bloody basin on the counter, I knew that wasn't beef. It was a black bear, a cub, to be exact. Bears hold a grudge, man, I muttered, wiping my hands on my apron. You killed her cub. The mother is gonna come for blood. Soon. I looked him dead in the eye. None of us are getting out of here. The words barely left my mouth when a heavy sound echoed through the house. Knock, knock, knock. Jack, quit your bullshit. Tommy laughed, his chins wobbling. It's a dumb animal. Revenge? What is this? A Disney movie? Is it gonna file a lawsuit? If it shows up, I'll chop its paws off and braise him in red wine. Tommy, looking like a pig in a silk shirt, stared at the bear meat, practically jizzing his pants. This meat cost me a fortune on the black market. You better work your magic, Chef Jack. If my guests are happy, I'll double your fee. I was about to tell him that eating bear meat is a federal crime, but the noise cut me off again. Someone was pounding on the front door. Bang, 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 bang. It wasn't a polite knock. It sounded like someone was trying to punch a hole through the wood. Tommy slapped his sweaty forehead. Ah, that must be the guests. Chef, handle the kitchen. I'll get the door. He waddled toward the hallway. The kitchen wasn't far from the entrance. I watched him strut toward the foyer, but something felt off. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. There was a perfectly good doorbell right there. Why the hell would anyone pound on the door like a maniac instead of just pressing a button? My gut twisted. I ran out and grabbed his arm. Wait, don't open it. Tommy whipped around, annoyed. What is your problem, Jack? Why isn't he using the doorbell? Why is he smashing the door? Maybe he just doesn't like buttons. Who cares? Bang, bang, bang. The sound was heavier this time. Dull, wet thuds, like meat hitting wood. It felt like the door hinges were about to snap. Tommy yelled at the door. Who is it? You trying to break my house down, you moron? Silence. No answer. Just the knocking. Louder. Harder. I stepped back, a cold sweat breaking out. Tommy, have you ever heard the stories? Bears can mimic humans. They can knock. Tommy burst out laughing, spit flying everywhere. Chef, you read too many Stephen King novels. A bear is a beast. It's dumber than a dog. Mimic humans? Get real. I didn't have time to argue with this idiot. You have security cameras, right? Check the feed. Fine. He pulled out his phone, rolling his eyes. But when he opened the app, his face went blank. No signal. That's weird. Maybe the storm knocked out the Wi-Fi lines? Is it really a coincidence? Tommy tiptoed to the door and peered through the peephole. It's just Zach, he said, relaxing. Zach was one of his douchebag friends invited for dinner. Weird guy, ignoring the doorbell and pounding like a hammer. What's his deal? I pushed past Tommy and put my eye to the peephole. Through the distorted glass and the rainy night, I saw him, Zach. He was staring blankly at the door. His eyes were wide open, unblinking. Bang, bang, bang! He slammed his fist against the wood mechanically. His mouth was slightly open, his skin pasty white, like wet dough. Rainwater dripped from his hair, soaking his expensive suit. He was leaning in close, almost pressing his face against the peephole. All I could see was that pale, emotionless face. Tommy shoved me aside. Jack, seriously, your brain is fried. Bear revenge? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. He reached for the handle. Stop! I grabbed his wrist, hard. We haven't opened the door for 5 minutes. Why hasn't he said a word? Think